First of all, guys, season 2 so far, I saw a few episodes and it's amazing. So congratulations.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Appreciate it, Des.
Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
you're so welcome. So my first question is for Meech. You are portraying your dad, the legendary Big Meech. Now, in this particular era in his life, how do you feel portraying this where you're like, wow, like my dad was a visionary? Like, talk to me about this particular season and tapping into the birth of BMF.
But this particular season is different, um, definitely from season one because this is a different drive and hunger and reach. He's his own boss. He's not working for nobody. He's not getting funded no more. He's doing everything on his own now. His brother's trying to leave him and go turn legit because he's scared and nervous. So he has his weight on his shoulders about that, about doing it alone. But he's
Mhm.
he's so he's so young, so smart, brave, and just fearless. So he goes after whatever he wants, and he doesn't resort to violence. He doesn't want to have to harm anybody to get what he wants. He'd rather bring everybody together and make money. He'd rather come and
Mhm.
give you and put you up so you can make money. And he'd rather expand and go to different states around the world, so he can do his thing. He just not, trying to be in a little small town, just in the same city, thing. So this is a different reach. Everybody's gonna see that, and everybody's gonna see how reach chooses to go about different situations. How he thinks and what he thinks about, and how he chooses to handle certain situations. Just even how he does that, he does it in a way where people, be like, wow, like he's smart. So
Definitely see that. Now with Miles, last season, you proven your loyalty to the crew and to Meech. Now with this season, it seemed like B Mickey is tested again. Can you tell us about that and how that's happening for you, Miles?
Yeah, he's 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 like a he's like a cat being played with a mouse, you know what I'm saying, with a mouse, and Detective Bryant is that cat holding these things dangling over his head, and B Mickey has to play, both sides, just like he was in the first season, but he was able to be a more of a chameleon in the first season, blend in because the antagonist, what I'm saying, of the group was actually a part of, the 50 Boys, but now he's been a little bit MIA. He's been in and out of, what I'm saying, where they've been at. And it's looking a little bit sus. And it's been a little bit difficult trying to like just vary out how I should play out his mannerisms and reactions and to make sure that Meech and Detective Bryant's characters knew I was playing their sides and not just both of them at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that the duality of it all. It's like I'm over here with my crew. I got to prove that I'm loyal here, and I'm over here with this detective, and I got to make him believe. I saw that. I
Yeah.
could see that being a difficult task, but you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
Now, you mentioned mannerism just now, and I have to say this. I'm from Detroit. So as I'm watching the show, I'm like, of course, the what up, though, that's our lingo. Of course, the things that y'all implement in the show. I'm like, yeah, out there, Coney Island. I live right around the corner from there at one point. It's like a lot of it is just so authentic.
That's
I guess this question is you. Yeah, it really is. Like when it comes to the script, and you being and your peoples of being originally from Detroit, was it a natural thing for you, or did you see certain things like, nah, that's not how we would say it?
it was a natural thing for me. And some stuff I knew, like, okay, no, my dad won't say that, or this how he would say this. Most of Detroit lingo, Randy got down pat. Shout out Randy Huggins, our producer, showrunner and writer. Randy Huggins is amazing. Brings the story to life. Make sure everything is told exactly how my dad wants it. And literally, yeah, it's like
That's right. Randy's been doing an amazing job, and I know he's a fellow Detroit native as well. When we talk about loyalty, because I feel like that's this show embodies loyalty amongst other things, and family, of course. And we talked about your character, B. Mickey, and how it's been a struggle for you to kind of constantly be tested and prove your loyalty. What does loyalty mean to you guys?
um For him, loyalty this season as a character was equivalent to his survival tactics. You know what I'm saying? So it was equivalent to him staying alive, and being around, and that was doing a toll on him because that wasn't the way he wanted to show his loyalty, So I feel like that was where his head was at with that word.
And Meech, what does loyalty mean to you?
Loyalty means to reach being loyal behind his back, having his back when he's not around, and that's probably his number one issue. I feel like, dealing with, his everyday life. He doesn't know who's loyal behind his back. Face value. Everybody's giving him face value when they're in his face, and making everything sound good. But when they leave, something ends up happening. Just how the work got missing. How Kato was playing both sides. So just like that, once you get hurt once, you think you can get hurt again. If it happens once, you can damn sure happen again. So I know my dad's precautious, and he's already, in defense mode because how many times he's already been hurt and let down and betrayed.
Yeah. So speaking of your dad, I'm going to try to end it with this. With the BMF documentary, the final episode comes out December 11th. And after portraying him on this season or just the show and watching the documentary, because as fans watching it, we're seeing, especially with the documentary, we're like, okay, why did he have to do this? You seeing it played out, and knowing your father and him telling you the stories about what happened. What would you say for you was the biggest lesson learned watching all of this unfold?
Oh, wow. There's so many lessons. I feel like the biggest one was don't take care of everybody. Like, you can't try to help everybody. And that's I feel like my dad's problem was, even though he did change a lot of lives, it got him hurt at the end. Because a lot of those same people that he tried to help and go above and beyond for were the same people that turned around and stabbed him in the back when he needed them the most. So it goes both ways. You help people. A lot of people are ungrateful. People are unappreciative. Ungrateful. They don't care what you do. They feel like, since you have money or since you're blessed enough to give and have, enough to give that you're supposed to, that like they're entitled. People feel entitled. So it's just so many different things dealing with dealing with being that type of person, being with who Meech is, so much on his shoulders and so much he has to deal with. He doesn't even care about it. He just wants to make everybody happy and be a good person. That's why he's blessed.
Well said, Meech. Well said. Well, thank you guys so much. Congratulations again, and continue doing a wonderful job. Like seriously, I'm really enjoying the season. So,
love, Jazzy.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
that, man.
you.